Deception is still one of the enemy's favorite tactics. He will often come to us with kind words and assurance of future good. We don't have to be pulled fully and immediately away from God for our adversary to have his way in our lives. Just as long as we hear and believe his words, he will slowly but surely draw us away from God's will. Paul dealt with this spirit in his day, and the devil has only become more subtle in his deception since then. The enemy of our souls is sly in his deception, so sly in fact that many still believe themselves to be faithfully following God's will, even though they've been duped into becoming ambassadors for the one they claim to oppose. Paul reminded the Corinthians that regardless of the good intentions these deceived ministers of Satan may have, in due time they will reap what they've sown. Sadly, those who follow them will also reap the same. Pleading ignorance will not serve as an excuse, since we have the testimony both of God's Word and His Spirit to reveal such deceptions. These warnings were given long ago, but they still carry the same weight today. In 2 Timothy 3:13, Paul reminds us that as time progresses, these deceivers and their deceptions will only grow worse. But once again, we have hope through God's Word. His Spirit will never go against His Word. So then, we have the opportunity to recognize when the enemy is trying to pull a fast one over on us. But it's up to us to receive God's truth and accept it. If we're not fully immersed in God's Word, we run the risk of being deceived ourselves. Sitting in a church does not make us safe. Having a full understanding of God's Word by spending sufficient time reading it while allowing the Spirit to lead us will go a long way toward keeping us safe from the wiles of the devil. We will only be able to see deception if we're completely convinced of the fullness of the truth. If we know the truth and are fully grounded in all of its aspects, we will not be deceived when a counterfeit from the enemy is handed to us.